Welcome to the second episode of Learning the Dari alphabet. In the first episode, we covered 11 letters of the alphabet, and they are listed on your right hand side on the screen. Alef, B, P, T, C, Jim, Che, He, He, Dal, Zal. In this lesson, we're going to do the next 11 letters, and I will also show you the equivalent for all those letters in English. So the first one after Zal is Re. Very easy to write. Re is pretty much like a slide. Re. And the equivalent for that in English would be the letter R. Next one is letter Z. Z is just like Re, like a slide, except that it has a dot on top. That's Z. And the equivalent for that letter in English would be Z. Now the next one in line is the letter J. J is written the same way as Re and Z. So a slide, except that it has 3 dots on top. 1, 2, and 3. And it's pronounced as J. So it's between J. It's like J, but a bit lighter. J. I mean, there's not really an equivalent English word for that, but in French you will hear that sound quite a bit. Je, like je m'appelle. The next letter is Sin. This one's a bit different. Sin has 1, 2, and 3. And this is the big Sin. If you want to make it small, you'll have to write it with 3 small. So the big one, the big gouge becomes smaller. So that's your letter Sin. The equivalent for that in English would be your letter S, sometimes C. Next one is Sheen. And as you can see, Seen and Sheen, they're kind of rhyming. So when they're rhyming, it's just a tip. You will know that they're also, they have a similar shape. Maybe that's why they're rhyming. So Seen, Sheen, very similar shape, except that Sheen has 3 dots on top, and the equivalent for that in English would be SH, sh, sh. Next letter is Sod. Now this letter is pronounced like Sin and Dari. Sod. So again, Sin, Sod, and Say. In pronunciation, in Dari language, there is actually no difference. Which means when you write it, then you'll have to make sure that you write it with the correct letter. Next one, Sod, Zod. Zod is, again, it's rhyming with sod, so this shape is quite similar, except that it has a dot on top. And the way it's pronounced is like Zaid, which is similar to Zay, and similar to Zod as well. So there we go, Sod, Zod. Next one is Toy. Toy kind of looks like Swad and Zod, except that it doesn't have the pouch. So you've got your toy. Here we go. And the equivalent for that would be T in English. And they've got Zoe, toy, Zoe. This has a dot on top. And the equivalent for Zoe would be, guess what? Say it again. Next letter after that is Ein. Now I like how this looks like. It's very pretty, I think. The letter Ein is pronounced as same as Aleph actually. A. Again, that's in Farsi language. In Arabic, that would be pronounced very differently and distinctly. So there you go. This is Ein, and then the last letter for today is Rein. So Ein, Rein. Again, you can tell that they are rhyming, which means their shape is similar. Rein would have a dot on top. So that's the last letter for today, Rein. Now, the way you pronounce it, you don't really have an equivalent to this in English language, which makes it challenging. Rein. But the way to pronounce it is if you are gargling. So try gargling, every night for a week, and then you'll be able to pronounce this perfectly. So, re, ze, je, sin, shin, sod, sod, toy, zoi, ein, rein. That brings us to the end of the second lesson, and then in the third lesson we'll be finishing up the alphabet altogether. So make sure that you tune in for the next lesson, and then you'll have a good understanding of how to write Dari alphabet from A to Z, or Alif to Ya. Have a great day.